Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve, hanging out with all these wonderful nerds tonight, and we will be playing some Cypher System Nobody's Heroes, a supers game. And there are links in the description to follow all the wonderful people that are in the stream tonight that aren't me or Ted or Doug. So you should check them out for sure. With that, I'm going to throw it to you, Dungeon Master, or actually Game Master.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I just realized I have a hole in my chest because I have a green. So my green is up. So now I'm just transparent. It proves I have no heart. So when everybody dies, I don't even care. Welcome to Cypher System. Great way to start out. We love our superheroes. We love Sirenscape. That's where the sounds are coming from. We dig it.
It would be if someone pulled up their Sirenscape.
Oh my!
I don't hear anything.
Watch me and Dave both at the same time go, oh yeah.
He said it a minute ago, and I'm like, I need to pull up Sirenscape, and then I got distracted.
Well, you know what?
Oh, that's a mood.
Still love it. And you know what else we love? Murder. Because the party's in grave peril. We left it on like a note, sort of like, the old Batman 60s thing where everyone's suddenly in jeopardy. So with that being said, I'm going to roll my lovely little D10 that I was bought by my spouse, and I'm going to see who's up. It is Doug.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the peril. I do remember that my character Leo Lampley is, and his identity as Nightlight, was invited to represent the crime ruiners at Gross World, which is an awesome theme park that he grew up enjoying. And we were going to, just get the VIP treatment. But some stuff happened along the way, and action was called for, and Nightlight dove straight towards it, knowing that his heroic friends would save him, and they did. And that's what happened. And that's my one sentence. So I'll pass it off to Dell.
Killer lady robots that turn mechanized and lots of guns pointed at my head and goo. Lots of, and the cutest werebear and what was the other guy? One was a werebear and one was Minotaur couple who live in the forest being cottage cord. I will throw to Robin.
All right. So I remember nearly drowning in goo, and we almost lost Blowhard to a storage closet from the goo massacre. And I remember trying and failing miserably at trying to bluff the robot lady. So, Ted, you haven't gone yet, have you?
Nope. Hey, everybody. I am Ted. I'll be playing Winda, or also known as Kiefer Greenleaf. Last time we had set off to go into Gross World to try and, uncover what happenings are going on there, as well as because, we saved the owner and they wanted to give us some passes. But before we could, we met some other superheroes that were not superheroes, but some supers. Maybe they were C teams, the aforementioned Werebear and Minotaur. But their home is being attacked by Gross World, and they're trying to get bought out and forced out. And
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. We don't have the proof, but we caused some problems by putting a crimp in their style and the pipe that was.
That's a pun.
Yeah, total pun.
But we crimped the pipe to kind of force the goo back into, the amusement park. And that caused problems for ourselves as we had to then save people and whatnot in the goo. So lots and lots of problems, some of which was our own fault. But hey, you know what? Let's stick it to the man. And I guess last and certainly not least, Dave.
Yeah, I feel like you guys covered it all. I think there was a little bit of an opening scene with a pink limo and the lady that might be a robot showing up at our HQ and giving us the passes. And she shorted us on one pass. So I kind of feel like we should probably take that a little bit personally. But, and then we spent probably half the session talking about what we were going to do before we went and crimped the pipe. And, after we went through the secret tunnel, into the woods where the pipe was. And then all the other stuff you guys talked about happened.
How did we end in peril, though?
Oh, because we got a bunch of guns pointing at us.
We do?
Yeah, you guys went to a meeting room to meet with Mr.
Oh,
Cook,
yeah.
and Grace led you there. It was revealed Grace is a robot, and also guns came out of the ceiling shooting this orange sticky glob at you guys and just pouring it. So that is where we're going to open up, which means I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
All right.
One speed test coming up.
Yep.
What's the difficulty?
Grace, yo.
What is our difficulty here, sir?
The base for her.
I think he's looking it up.
Yes.
I can hear the music coming through somebody else's computer and mine.
Oh, that may be. Let me see. It is mine. I will plug in my headphones real quick. That will fix it.
All right. Sorry.
Plug in there.
Can I say, Stephen, nice haircut before you kill us all?
Okay.
Yes.
So that's
We
what
have to have the nice ambient music for our death scene.
All right. So the difficulty for her is a 6.
So, Stephen.
18 is what she gets. Yes.
Yeah.
Is a natural 1 on initiative a GM intrusion?
Is 2 natural ones on initiative a GM
I'm going to
intrusion?
say yes just because it's fun that way.
Woo! I left it to chance and came out. I got it, 19, so I beat it.
All right. So we have Nightlight is going to be in the first group. What about Magpie?
So I rolled an 11, but I have power shifts.
Okay.
How much does each of those add again?
A power shift removes 3, or will add 3 to it.
Okay. So, like, 20-something.
Okay, yeah, you beat it then. What about Blowhard?
I am going to spend 1 effort in order to bring it down to a 5, and I got a 16.
Okay, all right. So Blowhard also going first. So the intrusion we'll get to after we get to Grace. So Nightlight, go ahead.
Oh, she's in the room with us?
Yeah, she's in the room. She's up on the wall, perched like a horrific spider monster.
I'm going to throw that flash bomb right at her horrific spider-like robot face.
Okay.
That Cypher I've been carrying around. And I'll say that as I do it. Flash bomb! What is
It's
that?
way
Like
more
a,
effective if you do that.
Is that just a dish?
Sure.
Is that just a difficulty 6 check?
Yes. Yep.
Flashbomb.
And also, I mean, if Digimon has taught us anything, it's that shouting the names of your attacks absolutely helps.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, we were talking about Digimon before this.
Okay. So is that going to be an asset? All right, so it's fine. What is this, a speed test? Because it's like accuracy?
It is a speed test, yes.
All right, so I actually have some edge, so I'll pay the points. Bring it down to 4. And the rest I'll just trust to this, my lucky Cypher die. Whoa! Which flew off the table. Hold on. 18!
Oh, wow, okay. So you flash bomb her, and you see that when you, oh, you guys are in an enclosed space.
I don't know what it does.
Everyone else is going to have to defend.
Well, I shouted it out, so they at least had some
So
warning.
against the difficulty 6.
Amazing.
Is this speed? Is this might?
It is speed.
Did my
I'm
shouting it out
trained
give my team... Can I pay 2 XP to have retroactively worked that out? Like, if I say flash bomb, cover your eyes.
Sure.
I'll pay the XP.
I think-
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Isn't that only 1 XP to do?
Is it?
I think
don't
it's
know how
1
I haven't...
XP.
Oh, is it? Okay, I hadn't
1
done
XP, yeah.
that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll totally.
So
All right,
Yeah.
so that counts as an
Cut
asset.
back to we're walking down the tunnel. I say, by the way, if I yell out flash bomb unexpectedly, cover your eyes.
So that's a nat 20.
Yeah,
So
I knew my
actually, you
team
guys
would
don't
be-
have to roll because he said it. So if you
Oh.
guys want to say you covered your eyes, you're good.
Oh,
But I'll
wow.
let you do a special thing since you got a nat 20. So yeah, you guys cover your eyes, and Grace is not expecting this, and when that happens, you see the eyes start rolling like slot machines, and they're kind of off, so it looks really weird, and the entire body starts kind of twitching, but she's also still stuck on the wall.
Does there seem to be any connection between her and the turrets and things that have come out? Are they like also like like glitchy or not?
So it looks like they were robotically summoned, but now they're
Okay.
just active.
Okay, got it. All right.
Just putting it out there, doesn't someone have like an electrical joy buzzer?
He
I
used
use
that,
that.
already.
That would
Man, I don't be hanging on to just consumables.
Yeah.
That would've been cool.
Some of you, I think Nightlight and Alum also have a Cypher that is the hand sanitizer.
No,
that
I have.
deals with the goo.
No,
Hand
oh yeah, no,
sanitizer?
I do.
No, I never
Yeah.
cleaned myself off like everybody.
Yeah, well, I stole some on the way.
I was
out.
rolling up in there with my whites painted by orange goo.
And I have one
Oh,
of
okay.
Nightlight's mum's pinwheels.
Okay. So yeah, Grace is now stunned. So,
Okay.
That means that Blowhard, you get to do a thing, and you get a special thing because you rolled a nat 20.
Oh, wow.
So the thing that I wanted to do is actually use my divert attacks ability. So I just started blowing,
Okay.
create of like a wall of wind around us to
Mhm.
defend us against the cannons that are going to begin firing.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you guys will have an asset to defend against those.
All
then.
right. Look at us coming together like a team.
And then you still get your action, Blowhard.
Well,
So what
actually,
do you
for 1 minute, you automatically deflect or dodge any ranged projectile attacks.
do? Oh wow.
However,
Okay.
on my next turn, after you're attacked with ranged projectiles, you have I have an hindrance if I get attacked when I use that. So
Still.
Okay. So is that for everybody? So just everybody avoids ranged
So-
attacks?
Wow. Awesome.
You said something special, sir.
Blow
That's
harder
true.
than you have ever blown before.
So I think technically it only works on me. But can I use the special effect for this round for it to affect everyone, like a wall?
Sure. We'll say that you get so much going that for this round, your special thing is your windshield applies to everybody.
Can
Just look at some of the
I
rifts you could get with that,
suggest
you
a GM intrusion for one of the nat ones?
Sure.
That Lang tries to jump up and fly towards Robot Lady, but runs into said protection
That is
and flops
absolutely
down on the ground.
But Magpie has to go first. So Magpie, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna throw my bolas at her, and then I'm ducking under the table because I am for sure not bulletproof.
Okay. So you with this wind whipping up all around everybody, Blowhard just
Oh, that's right. It's a gun that fires bolas. It's not just bolas that are in my hand. I didn't write this down well
You
enough.
got a gun that fires a bola? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nightlight says.
so what do you
fearing
choose to do then? You want to fire it at Grace?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to roll versus difficulty 6. And that would mean you have to roll an 18 or better.
You can do it.
That's
Does-
before any of your special stuff.
Does Magpie get any anything for Grace being stunned?
Mm-hmm. She does, or Magpie gets an asset.
Okay. I would also like to spend the thing that gives me bonuses.
Okay, so you're at a 15 that you have to roll, and then you want to spend effort.
Yes.
It is a speed roll, so do you have any edge in that?
Yes.
How many edge?
1.
Okay, so that means you have to spend 2 points for your first level of effort.
Cool. I will do that.
Okay, so that will put you at a 12 or better that you have to roll.
13.
Okay. So you fire this bola gun, and it entangles and ensnares all of her different limbs. And with the twitching and everything, it just kind of makes it worse. So that pretty soon you've got like all these limbs in these weird places, and she collapses onto the floor.
Which I am not aware of because I'm hidden under the table.
Oh yes. And so you've got like the eyes rolling, and there's sparks kind of flying out of her neck as she's trying to move these robotic limbs and failing miserably while being stunned. So it's her turn, and she is stunned, so she can do nothing. So it is Ilang. You run and you jump and you try to fly towards her. And just when you do, Blowhard starts, and the wind catches you, wham, into the wall. So you take 2 might damage.
Ow.
As you slam into the wall. Now, what are you doing?
Now I need to spend another point to get big again.
Okay.
Now, it says that every time I do that past the first time, that I need to spend an additional level of effort.
Okay.
So what does that mean? I don't quite understand.
Extra 2 points.
An extra
Yeah.
2 points. Okay. I have done that. So she spends her rounds in the wall and then breaking the wall further as she gets big.
Okay, you're not actually in the wall. You slammed into a wall that you now realize is a very strong reinforced metal. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to break out of here. And Winda, do you have a suggestion for your intrusion?
I do not.
Okay, then we're going to say that you get hit by one of these globules of orange goo, and it sticks your feet to the floor, so you are now stuck and you can't move.
Oh no.
All right. So that explains why I, was so slow as I'm like dealing with, this nonsense. Because usually I go first. Like, this is weird for me.
Wait. Good.
Right? Like you try to move and you find that your feet kind of like this goo stretches a little bit before snapping back. So it's like very elastic.
How many of these things are there?
The cannons?
Yeah.
There are, I think I wrote down 8. Yes, there are 8 cannons, and one of them is already disabled because you blasted it. So there's 7 that are working right now.
All right. I would like to blast another.
All right, that is a difficulty of 5.
I believe that's gonna miss. Only a 9.
A 9. All right, so you, and as you're kind of moving to do your wind powers, that goo, once again, it stretches, but then its elasticity just pulls you back and snaps you, sort of like causing your shot to go wide. And we're back to Nightlight again.
Oh boy. Okay. I am going to use my distortion ability, which just sort of like bends the light around me, basically invisible. It gives me an asset on defense rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I describe it. And I want to, using what I know of electronics and engineering, see if there's anything in the room that looks like it might be an access panel to like wiring and stuff that might be connected to these things.
Okay.
I'll just spend my round in relative safety of Blowhard's windshield, just like looking around like that real quick.
Make an intellect roll to perceive or investigate, search.
Okay. Is it difficulty 6? But it's just like everything in this challenge.
We'll say it's a difficulty 4.
Oh. Hey, you know what? I'm going to spend the points just to make sure. So make it a difficulty 3. And that is a 13 on the die, so.
13 on the die. Okay. So you start looking around and you realize pretty quickly this room is reinforced in a special way. In fact, with your investigation, you see that the room itself has actually largely, much like a performative stage.
Okay.
A lot of the things that are here are not as good quality as they initially appear. It's almost like a TV set. And this entire room was set up to look like a conference room that is in fact a trap. So you have the table that is just there, but it looks like everything is remotely controlled. So chances are the means of controlling everything is within Grace herself.
Okay. So I will say that on my cam if I have the chance, just like, I think all the machinery in here is tied to Grace's, operating system. So just try to focus on her, and that's it.
Okay. So next up, we have either Magpie or Blowhard. Whoever wants to go first.
You can go, Magpie. You're faster than me anyway.
I'm gonna turn the table over.
Okay.
Cover.
Okay.
And that way there's enough space that if anybody else needs to use it for cover, they can also use it for cover. And I'm gonna take a minute to look around the room and see what things are hooked up to.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make an intellect roll as well to search, perceive, or investigate.
Oh no, never mind.
Okay.
I got a 2.
So you move this table, right? And
yeah.
It's pretty light for how big it is, but it's still heavy. And getting it to yank as quickly as you are into a corner so you have a defensible position, it takes a lot of your effort so that when you're looking around, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's wind whooshing everywhere, nearly deafening you. And it's just too much to really find anything more than what has already been communicated to you. So with that, we have Blowhard. You're just...
Yeah, so with that, I'm going to step over to Grace and kind of step over top of her. And I'm just going to start pummeling her because she's on the ground and boloed up right now, right?
Yes, and in fact, you have 2 assets because she is stunned and then another one because she is boled as well. So functionally, you have 3 total assets for this. Bumping it from a 6 to a 3 difficulty.
Unleash the Iron Wolverine.
Oh
my god, I got a 9 exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Here's Groggy.
Gotcha. Go.
I'm just going to punch down for 4 points of damage.
Okay, 4 points of damage. Let me mark that off real quick.
Use the damn Mac!
I know.
When you hit her, boom, you realize she's armored and it hurts your fist. She is functionally medium armored.
Oh,
so
boy.
she only takes 2 of those damage. Hold on 1 second. I need to let my cat out of my office.
It's gonna take a little extra to ruin her crimes. That is.
Sorry, my cat. I thought she could be good for this.
I kind of self limit Blowhard. So if he's doing one thing with the blow power, he cannot do other things with his blow powers.
So yeah, you've got this wind. He's still kind of, and it's hard to be winded and blowing this gale around you, and also pummeling her, and it's just a lot. It's her turn. She is still stunned because that flash bomb stuns for a minute. So you guys have
a minute?
Rounds. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You guys have 10 rounds of this. You've already used up 1. This is the second one. So you got
8 man.
Rounds.
Okay.
So
I appreciate you, Nightlight.
That's Elang and Winda. Who wants to go
Aren't
first?
you glad I told you guys to cover your eyes back in the tunnel? Good plan.
Go ahead, Erlang.
Alan goes, okay, and this time she decides to ride the wind and spends 2 points to do successive attacks on the turrets. And what she's attempting to do is glide on Blowhard's wave and then just be boof, 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 and take out the turrets. Very anime style.
Okay. Each of the guns to take out is you're gonna have to roll a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're gonna have to roll a difficulty 4, so that's 12 or better.
So she has an edge in this form total of 6.
Okay.
So
Wow. So you just auto succeed.
yeah.
Okay. So you just, and your special ability lets you actually go to the
Keep
next one if you
going.
kill it,
As long
right?
as I kill it. Yeah.
Well, each one only has 1 hit point, so you just immediately deal with all of the goo. So that the things that we're firing, and there's like splatters of this stuff everywhere. You also see that it's begun expanding, sort of like that black tar stuff on The Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
So it expands, and you see that Windows, like half of his leg is now enveloped.
Oh,
Will
man.
it cost? Can I drop my glue cleaner to him on the way
You
past?
can. I will say that you can absolutely do that.
So she's like, wee, boom, 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 and then it's like, here you go. Whoop.
Just like on the way, like dropping it.
So, does this work on this particular type of goo?
When you try it, it sure does.
All right, so I will get myself out. Assume that's my action.
That is your main action, yes.
All right,
Goo
But
gun.
you can move.
and I will do so.
All right. So, where are you going to move to?
The cannons are, kind of taken care of,
Mhm.
and Blowhard's kind of standing over top of Grace. So I'm not really a melee guy, but I will move in her direction.
Okay.
You're gonna say smoke break.
So you move up to Grace, the wind still galing around you, along riding this wind gale as she destroys, just flying around, pummeling through each one. Magpie's got a defensible position ready in case something is to go off, including, if Grace were to self-destruct or something like that, because robots and superheroes, that happens. And you see that Grace is in fact made of metal underneath that false skin that Blowhard has started kind of punching away at, and her cheek is kind of distorted for it.
Totally robotic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you don't have to deal with the nasty goo. So yeah, now we're back up to Nightlight Magpie Blowhard.
Oh, geez. So she's just kind of stunned there.
Yep, she's stunned and she's restrained.
I'm just gonna look around the room and address her, and if anybody's watching via remote camera, you might as well just let us out of here. It doesn't look like your valet's doing much, and all your turrets are destroyed. At this point, we're just destroying property.
Maybe Grace has a control panel you can get into.
Oh, yeah, good call. You're punching her out. I'll see if I can get, assess that as well, if I am able to. But I do want to save myself.
Okay, make an investigation or perception or some sort of skill
sure.
roll.
Since I am there, would I be able to aid in this?
Oh yeah, you're a sciencey guy, right?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Because
Linda,
we're
take a
kind
look
of
at
out
this.
of combat at this point. So if
Oh,
you want to
okay.
aid it, sure.
Oh, we've bonded in the science lab at the A-listers tower. Remember that?
Yep.
Remember that time?
Oh, yeah.
We're science bros.
Yeah, your difficulty is 5
Okay.
after the asset.
Okay.
Is engineering useful here?
It is. So that'll give you another asset.
And a 4. Nope, 2.
So
This
you're
is super
looking through
complex,
this,
Linda. I've never seen anything like this.
It's almost like a bit unsettling to you specifically, Nightlight, because you're not you're a really nice guy, and the idea
Thanks.
of peeling away someone's skin to look for this control panel, it kind of
It's-
squicks
yeah, it's
in a
icky.
way. So you're kind of trying to be delicate about it.
I'm
You're not
squeamish.
finding anything.
Ew, 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 ew. The skin is so real.
And so we're out of initiative order. So if you guys want to do something, kind of let me know.
I don't
I-
like it here. I feel like I'm a bird in a cage.
I immediately start texting Giles I want you to start studying the similarities between the claws in the forest and the claws that we have Grace on tape doing, because we are releasing those to the public.
Hey,
Okay,
Alang, can you help Nightlight get into this? And I point at the robot.
You know what?
We have
Elan,
sound reception.
make a difficulty 6 check to try to just open her up. Magpie, as you're trying to message Giles, you're getting that circle going over and over again. You have no reception down here.
So the pictures didn't send in the first place.
Nope.
No bars. Diabolical.
I'm like swearing
Is
under my breath.
Is there even an open Wi-Fi network?
So I rolled a 12, but
Let's
I
roll
made
guess.
6, so that brings it down to 12. So I made it.
Okay. So, in fact,
Alang is very confused when she rips the skin off, even going, "Is this edible?"
So-
No, it's squishy.
Ilang just gets that one talon up under there and just rip. And it's kind of like a raccoon, actually. Just real easy to do.
Except not as juicy of a reward.
No
No,
juicy
there is
reward
only
inside.
metal underneath. However, you see lots of wires and buttons, lots of different openings. That's just everywhere on this roughly feminine form. So
This is really advanced stuff.
now they can make an easier investigation though. So
Yeah.
good job.
I'll help Kiefer take a look at it.
Okay, so Kiefer,
So
your
Have you seen
difficulty is
anything
down
like
to
this?
a 5 before the asset because of the skin being removed now.
all right, so then before the asset, so he brings it down to a 4. My training brings it down to a 3.
Uh-huh.
I,
So you gotta roll a
I,
9.
I lean into Alang. If action movies have taught me anything, they better not cut that green wire.
12.
You got a what?
I rolled a
I
12.
think I'm colorblind.
12.
I can't
Okay. So it's actually pretty intuitive to you. In fact, Winda, you rolled so well. You recognize a lot of similarities in Grace's tech and the tech that you used to use to read the meteorological information at your workplace. It looks like maybe the tech from there was manufactured by Gross Corp. And you can really easily find that in her back, just at the top where the neck is, there is a little panel you can open up. That flips a switch that opens up the panel under her foot where the control actually is.
So like I start going through this process. I'm like, well, if you follow this over here, you can see I open up the neck. This thing.
I'm taking
here
notes.
connects to
Alang's
the
nodding as if she understands anything that's being said,
This is the weirdest Rubik's Cube I've ever seen.
but
No,
she's thinking about
nope.
raccoon pancakes.
foot. You know, the logic is no one is going to expect the main control access to be underneath the foot. You know, but it makes perfect sense because that's where the trouble is. The trouble is always underfoot.
Is there anything in here that's worth
Mhm.
stealing?
So you can say this robot has an Achilles heel?
And
Oh no.
It does. Yes. And you know what? The fact that you guys actually
That
connected
was
those
atrocious. Atrocious.
experience for both Ted and Dave. And as you look at the ceiling, Magpie, it's reinforced with metal as well. This is like the perfect cage for you guys.
Well, there's got to be access to wherever the guns are, and I doubt there's reinforcement there. So we could always just kind of burrow our way through there if we needed to.
But as you find the control panel, you do manage to find that you can get the door open.
Oh,
Are we able to deactivate Grace?
You can, in fact.
So I will shut her off.
You mean aside from ripping her in half?
Okay.
Well, I imagine
the robot. As long as
I
there's a
imagine
central
if-
core, isn't it?
if she is functional, she can be used as evidence. If she is just a pile of scrap, not so much.
Maybe it's like Westworld, and there's just like a little orb inside, and that's who she really is. They just put in another guy.
What do we have sentient?
Is there anything like that
in this world?
Yes, there are, in fact. There are semi-sentient constructs. And in fact, that is a main political issue at present. Like, do AIs deserve human rights?
Is there a central like unit in the otherwise like humanoid shaped husk that is like what Grace is?
There is not. It seems that the entire thing is her computer.
Oh, okay.
As you deactivate her, she just kind of twitches with these sparks flying out from her neck and her joints as she just kind of repeats almost like a broken record. Welcome, 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 welcome to Grouse World, Grouse World, Grouse World. And she just sort of powers down and the doors shoom, 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 and they open up, sort of like Get Smart.
This place has serious Murder World vibes.
And as the doors open, you see 7 more Graces waiting for
Oh
you
my gosh.
outside the door. All of them
I don't
cracked
like
their
this.
mechanical knuckles.
Okay.
So we are still in initiative. order.
Okay.
And so we have Nightlight to start us out, or Magpie, or Blowhard. One of y'all.
I'll go, and I'm just going to focus fire on one of them with my
Okay.
blowhard attack.
Okay.
And these are 6s?
They are.
Oh boy.
All right. So I will, let's see, I can bring it down by 1 automatically. I'll bring it down another 1. Plus 2. So that'll bring it down to a 4? 4. Come on, Nerdarchy die. Well,
Hey, we love those Nerdarchy dice. Look at them.
but it's
They're
not
so
loving
pretty.
me because that was a 5.
Look, there's my Nerdarchy symbol right there.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Look at it.
So pretty. Aircraft grade metal, right?
Yeah, aluminum aircraft grade. You can build airplanes
Ooh.
out of about 1 million sets. You could get a whole airplane.
Please go buy 1 million cents.
Yeah, that was a total miss.
Total miss. All right.
Miscalculated.
So how are you attacking? Were you just punching or?
Blowing.
All right. So you,
One of my wind attacks. Yeah.
and it actually looks like these Graces either remember or otherwise have knowledge of how you attack, because they adjust their stance to be ready for you.
Yeah. How many of them did you say there were? 7?
7.
There's not 8 Graces. It's just 1 Grace. Spread out across 8 bodies or more.
Oh.
And so
That makes it
Magpie.
worse. You see how that makes it worse, right?
No, it can only operate so much, so if it's split that way, it's that many
In
ways.
fact, because you put that together, Dave, I am going to give you the GM intrusion.
Yay!
And that GM intrusion is that all of these Graces, their left hand sort of flips upward and refolds like a transformer and turns into this cannon with a goo cannon on it.
What is with these things in goo? I give it to Magpie.
All right, so Magpie. Oh, you can't give it to Magpie.
Oh,
Because Magpie
I
has...
bounced it off
I'm
of
a bad
Magpie
person.
to a Lang.
All right, so Elaine.
Nice ricochet. I like how you did that. Well aimed.
So speaking of Magpie, what is Magpie doing right now in response to this?
Listen, I am not a fighter and she doesn't have any blood. I go back in the room and shut the door.
Okay, to shut the door, you're going to shut all the doors and basically lock yourself in.
Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not shutting the door. I'm getting cover
Blair's
behind
just
the
like,
wall,
hey.
though.
Would you like to move the table?
Yes.
Okay, since you already have the table there in that corner, I'm going to say you just kind of and shove it so that it's now blocking the doorway a bit.
But after I do that, and once the fight has gotten underway, I'm gonna try to sneak out, so I do leave a little gap for myself to get around. But we'll get to that next round.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I think Magpie's back to being a villain.
Now we're at
I was never not one.
Is there
Oh.
a bunch of Grace robots
good
in
person.
every hallway leading off the doors, or just one?
So there is only one hallway that leads you out.
And that's there was only one hallway that has these Grace robots in it, right? Like if I
Yes.
look the other way, it's
Yep.
not like that. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, they're just all right there
30
reinforcing
of
it.
these. Okay, I'm gonna follow my leader's call and just do a force-based onslaught against a different one than he attacked.
Okay.
What was it difficulty 6 still?
6, yes.
Natural 20.
Whoo! Okay.
So my onslaught does.
Onslaught normally does 4.
Yeah, I think 4, so it's gonna do 8
8. Wow.
because of the thing.
Okay.
It being a 20.
So how does that look for you when you do that?
So he just, he's often making like little holographic illusions and the sparkling lights, and those sort of all just like coalesce into like a single point that just shoots that into a beam.
Okay. And so that 4 extra damage, that's your extra effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless, I didn't have any.
And you just with this beam right at them. And when you do that, you carve through one of them so that you go through the chest, and it looks like it's starting to kind of twitch a little bit, like it's almost ready to fall apart, but it's still standing, barely.
Okay. And I mutter, thank God those are robots too. Under my breath.
And
I will stand with Blowhard, but not in front of him. I will stand heroically, but definitely Blowhard is a shield between me and other.
Okay, so
Always.
everyone except Magpie, roll a defense.
Okay.
Roll 2 defenses, excuse me, difficulty 6.
All right. Speed.
Yep.
Nah, both fails.
Well,
Okay.
16.
Failed 1, passed 1.
Failed 1, passed 1. Okay, so you are stuck and can't move, Winda.
Oh, we got gooed.
Uh-huh. Nightlight, you are stuck and can't move. And on top of that, you have another goo hit you in the body and it starts expanding. And so you have a hindrance to make attacks.
Okay.
Did anyone else fail any?
Twice.
Okay, so you also blow hard, and your foot is stuck, and then another, and you find that like it's already sort of like expanding, and it's stuck your arms together, so you can still move them, but it twangs back together again.
I don't need my arms anyway. I'll just focus all my chi into my forehead.
Okay. And now for Magpie, you're going to have to make a defense roll too, because your hindrance is that one of them has a good angle on you. So you have an asset to defend against it, but you still have to defend. So your difficulty is going to be a 5.
You can do
My
it.
dice roller is frozen. Give me just a second.
Okay. Who are you giving your experience?
Mootly.
Okay.
I've already got one. Okay.
All right, we're looking at a 12. We're liking those mid
12.
numbers today, apparently.
Okay. Well, you needed to roll a 15.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
Well, are you proficient in speed defense?
I mean, would it specifically have told me that? Like,
Yeah, it would be a skill.
You have,
No.
you have a power shift in speed, right?
Yes, I do.
But yes, that would give you speed defense.
That would give me
Yeah.
proficiency. Okay,
Yeah.
then I do.
Okay,
Does
so
that-
actually you make it.
Oh, good. Good, excellent.
So yeah, this
Way to go.
goo
Good call,
flies right past your mask, barely getting little droplets on your goggle as it behind you.
Oh, F these feathers, I'm out.
Okay. Now it is Winda or Elam.
Elaine would like to, because she was behind the desk, she hadn't moved forward yet, to run towards the desk, pick it up, like a giant shield / bastion thing, and then yell at the other two in the front to get out of the way, and then like just charge into all of them, using the table to like kind of like push them back so the others can, everyone can like, so we're not trapped in like the kill zone anymore.
Okay, so you're trying to carve a path.
Yes.
Oh, that's a cool visual.
Make a difficulty 6 might check.
Auto
And because there's
succeed.
multiple of them, huh?
Auto succeed.
I was about to make it harder because there's multiple of them, and you're just like auto succeed.
Yeah.
So Ilan picks up this table and charges, knocking over all of the graces, all of them. And you guys have a straight shot for 1 round.
Yeah,
I would like to
that's a
give
stop.
my
Windot can't
experience
move.
point. Didn't he get ungooed?
No, he's
You got
good.
gooed again.
You have some party
You got
members that are
re-gooed.
stuck.
Someone else has goo cleaner. I'm not the only one. Someone else.
Someone
had
else picked it up. I thought it was Nightlight.
I might have, because I had gone in and showered before we did
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think
it
you
was you. You must
Yes.
have had one.
Mhm.
So you could grab
I was
any
proud of
amount
the goo.
because they were just in a basket. You could have grabbed any amount that was free Cypher slots for you
Okay.
because those were.
Oh,
Cypher.
Blowhard would have grabbed a bunch of free toiletries and
Well,
stuff.
I mean, what is the limit? The limit's like,
3.
He's got little
Unless you're
shampoos in
right.
there now.
and
Did you
I've
take
got
the
one
towel?
cipher, so I could only take 2 anyway.
Okay,
Did
well
take a
you
towel?
have. You can free yourself and either Nightlight or Winda.
I will free myself and Nightlight, because Nightlight is right behind me.
Okay.
Very weak.
So you use this goo and it just splorches all over this goo that's on you. And it's weird because the amount in the can actually feels like it expands just like the goo does, but it powders the goo. So it's just this orange powdery, almost Cheeto powder.
I feel like I'm fighting
kind of
fire
rushed
with
away.
fire, but it's goo with goo.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but it seems to be working.
And Ted, you get an no, Doug. You can have my experience point
Oh,
bonus that I get.
oh
Give
did
away
you get,
when I
you
do
got
that.
intruded upon?
Uh-huh. Gets a free intrusion later.
Oh,
So.
all right.
I up.
I sell my soul to the devil every week just to have one moment in time.
It's worth
So
it for
only
the next
Winda
one.
is now actually like immobilized by this.
Sorry, man.
So,
Nice
am I
knowing
out?
you.
Are we out of combat? What's going on?
No, you're still
No.
in combat because all of the graces are just knocked over and can't do anything this round because of Ilam.
Can I blast them?
You can certainly blast them, and you have an asset to do it because they're all immobilized temporarily.
That's gonna be a 19 on the die.
19 on the die, so you get a minor effect. And you know what I'm going to do?
What are you gonna
If
do?
you want, you can have your minor effect be that you manage to actually stretch the elasticity of it just far enough by blasting your wind-powered punch that you can snap it. And while you still have goo on your shoe, which will slow you down a little bit, you are free technically.
All right,
That
cool.
rhymed.
Yes.
Yeah, goo in your shoe, dude.
So
Goo goo.
7 damage to whichever one's in front.
7 damage.
7 damage. That's the one that was already damaged, so it is destroyed. And you know what?
Interesting.
I'm gonna say that Robin gets an XP for that because that was very funny. Shoo-hoo. Plus, they don't get a lot of XP with their characters, so there you go.
Yeah, that is.
Because you're a bad person.
I am a bad person.
It's
Vegeta-
literally true. They're literally mechanically a bad person.
Vegeta would be proud.
See, it's on my character sheet.
Yup. You are the Vegeta of the group.
Yes. Hey, he was awesome.
Oh, Raven's here. Hi, Raven.
What? Oh,
Sorry, I was looking at chat.
I thought it looked like you were like meant
No,
in the
Raven,
room
I
with
was
you
here.
there.
Yes.
Hi, Raven.
So speaking of ravens, Magpie. Everyone is free temporarily. Sorry, I know birds. Terrible pun. So Magpie, you are free. Everyone is free, and you have a straight shot to the door out for 1 round.
Yeah. But nobody's good right now.
Nobody is good right now.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay, so Magpie, you get to the door, you get through the door, and you find yourself in the elevator. You are in the elevator. The doors are open.
Are there
And,
stairs?
uh,
There were stairs. I'm just putting up stairs.
Huh?
Weren't there stairs? We came up stairs because I'm too big to fit in the elevator.
Oh, you're right. You did come through the stairs, so you can go by the stairs if you want.
Yeah, I'm going by the stairs.
Okay. So
Stairs aren't gonna jam on
by
me.
way of the stairs,
Smart.
and you are in the stairway right now. It is Nightlight or Blowhard. Who's going next?
I'll go. I was for my action. I was going to use one of my recovery rolls because I'm put down on things.
Okay.
And I haven't used that, so I got 5 back. And then I'll add that in. And seeing that Magpie's leading the way, I'll just follow her. I'll be like, yeah, Magpie's
Totally not
got
abandoning
the right
you.
idea. What's that?
And totally not abandoning
Of course
you.
not. You're showing us the correct way. Good thing you didn't take the stairs for the right idea, Magpie. And I'll dash in.
All right.
I will attempt to attack one of the Graces.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna bring it down to a 4, and the dice are failing me. That's an 8. That's not going to do it. That is not a 12. That was an expensive feather.
Okay, so you try to hit one, and unfortunately, you're going to have to choose now. Are you going to hit her and move to the door? Or are you going to hit her and miss and move to the door? Or you can stop, give up your movement, and succeed.
I'll succeed.
Okay.
One's around.
You. So what does your punch do?
7.
7. So
Really?
armor, with her armor, that brings it down to a 5. So you've busted a good dent in the center of this one's chest, but it is still like up, and it's about to get up and do something. So Blowhard has hit one of them, but is not to the stairs yet.
Alang is going to take the table as if it's her hand
Uh-huh.
and smack that one with the table.
Okay.
I would like to argue
Use
that
a
it's a
heavy
heavy weapon. And she's also going to trigger successive attack. So
Oh
if she
no.
kills this one, she gets a hit on another one.
Okay. So roll your attack.
Table is no more.
You did a good job as cover table. Rest in peace.
Great. That needs to be that. That needs to take 4 out of that. So that makes that 5. What's the difficulty?
It's 5 right now because they're all prone still.
Okay, and my 6, so that takes it down to. I gotta get a 9. I get a 9.
Okay, so you bash one. How much damage does that do?
12.
It succeeds. So you bash the first one. Make another attack roll.
11. So that hits 2.
Oh man. Okay, they're down to 4.
Okay.
You get to make another attack.
No,
These things don't
no,
have
it's
There's
only
only 4 of
for
them
stairs.
left?
It's not.
Yeah.
No, that's because it's so. The successive attack only works if I kill that one. So I
Right.
I took out the first one,
Each one has 10 hit points.
but don't they have armor?
They have armor, but you do 12 damage, so you exactly hit their amount of hit points. So
17.
you can, huh?
That's
17.
Okay, that's
what
three
happened
now.
to super
There's
strong
3
superhero.
left. So you guys watch as Elag just starts beating the ever-living crap out of all of these robots,
You hurt my friend.
decimating them.
A 6.
6. I'm gonna say that for this one, as my free GM intrusion against you, the table breaks
Oh.
on that
And like
one.
rebounds and smacks her in the head.
So,
Nearly smacks you in the head.
so how many are actually left?
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, 3 is a lot easier to deal with than 6. But we are still in the middle of Goose Shot Alley.
Uh-huh.
So I go up to Blowhard, and I know he's probably not gonna like it because of all of my smoky winds, but I'm gonna have the winds kind of pick us both up, and I'm gonna far step to the end of the corridor.
Okay. So,
Won't
Blowhard,
they just
this-
follow us?
this
Yeah,
is-
you can push him back into the goo, can't you?
Mm.
With that Blowhard.
I guess I could do that.
So, Blowhard, this skunky, sweet smoke starts swirling around you as the two of you rise and straight for the stairs. And you guys make it to the stairway. So only Along is left. And now we're back up to the first group. So Blowhard, Nightlight, and Magpie.
Then
I
I'm gonna
imagine I
try
was
and,
sort of. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna try and blow him into the goo.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
All right. So that's all right. So that's a might check, which is a lot easier for me.
Okay.
You'll spend 2 tiers. Bring it down.
Okay.
Currently
Come
still at
on!
5.
Stop failing me, die. All right, that is a 13 on the die. So that
All
should
right.
do it.
Yep, it does. So you and you knock how many?
I can push them up to like one area.
Oh, so you just push all of them into that goo.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what I would like to do.
So all of them are now immobilized, so they can't chase you. They can still shoot at you, but they can't chase you. So, Nightlight or Magpie,
Do I have service?
you don't have service yet.
I keep moving.
Okay, you move up 1 level. There are 5 levels total you have to move up. So, in fact,
She's got speed though,
it's a
doesn't she?
short
She
range,
can
so
dash
you're
super.
only
Oh,
moving-
that's true. I can teledash.
Are you going to do
Oh.
that?
Teledash?
Hella dash.
Oh, I was like,
Hello.
what's that? That's some weird
So
power.
how fast are you going?
You can
Just how the young
teledash?
people
Like
speak
max
these days.
speed.
Okay, so you actually you realize that these railed, barred, stair rails make an excellent ladder if you know how to use it that way. And so you just start grabbing and kind of doing this weird ladder climb up the
Parkour.
way, and you get how many spaces can you move when you hella dash?
I have no idea how to calculate that. I have 4 power shifts in speed.
You can get all the way up. You can get
Okay.
all the way up to the base
Keep going.
level. You are at the base
Good.
level. And
Do I
you
have
get all the
service?
way- Huh?
Do I have service now?
You have service now.
Okay, good.
You
I'm
really need to
texting
check
the
your
B team
TikTok.
to let them know where we are and what's going on.
So
Okay.
many grams to share.
As you text the B team, you're getting your phone is blowing up. Ting, 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 ting. And Giles has been crocodile tappity-tapping messages to you, and he struggles. There's a lot of typos in here because
Little stumpy
crocodile
fingers.
claws, not great for typing.
He
And
doesn't have thumbs.
with your knowledge of Giles and his terrible thumbs, you can read, there is an army of red ladies attacking the tower. Come quick, help, 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 help. They're taking the handymen. What's going on?
The handy.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
okay? Did you
Oh,
orchestrate
no.
this? If you did, love, let me know.
Okay, I immediately let him know that I didn't do it and that
All good.
we're in a spot of trouble. Be back as soon as possible.
Okay. So that is your round. So Nightlight.
We're down at the end of a hallway where the stairwell is. Blowhard blew all the things back towards the room we came with, and they're stuck in goo.
Yep.
So they're all sort of like a distance from us.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll work, but I was imagining I was sort of like standing in the doorway of the stairwell that whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I probably won't trick him, but I will use my illusion power to make it look like two metal, like, wall doors like that had closed on us, like just closed like in the middle of that hallway between us and the Grace robots, and then just run, I guess, after Magpie. Be like, Magpie cleared the way for us with her super speed.
I'm going to insert a GM intrusion here, so give an experience to someone.
I will give it to Winda.
And I'm going to say that because of the way their robotic senses work, they can see right through your illusion.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But
else
you got it looking like that now,
Yeah.
so if there's actual help that comes or a janitor, they aren't going to be able to tell the difference.
Great. It does last for
Alang
10
is very
minutes.
confused.
Also, Ilang is very confused.
That's it.
So it is the Grace's turn, and they're going to fire at Nightlight and Ilang. So
Well, I wanted to use the rest of my move to like run up the stairs.
Oh, okay. You get through the stairwell door then. So you're
It's
good.
just me standing
So-
in front of them.
Ilang.
Yeah.
Winda and Blowhard too.
3 speed defense checks.
Yeah. Okay, so I have it specialized, but when
Okay.
I'm big, I have an hindrance, so it's only trained, not specialized, because I'm big. So
Okay.
it goes down one. What's the difficulty level?
So it's currently 6, basically.
Okay.
After all said and done, it's 6. And
then it
trained
goes down.
means that you have an edge in it, I think, right?
Yeah, it
Train
goes
brings
down.
the difficulty down one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And specialized is 2. So
Yeah, so I'm
so you're at
specialized,
5.
but because I'm big, I go back down to train. I like lose, health. Yeah.
So 6 to
5.
4, back up to 5.
Yeah. No. And no. That's a 10 and a 3.
Okay. So, and Nightlight just had to step away. But those of you in the stairwell, except Magpie, can see
I have an armor of 4.
Ilang. It doesn't do damage. Ilang starts running, and as she starts running, and one catches her foot and anchors her to the ground, and she snaps back right into this second. And now she's all like, her feathers are all matted together, and she is thoroughly ensnared and restrained by this orange goop all of a sudden. So, those of you in the stairwell, namely Winda, because you still have a round,
How
you
far
have to
away?
think of something, or
How far away was the bowl that had the goo cleaner?
that is up where Magpie is. However, Magpie could hear you if you shouted.
Hey, throw down the goo cleaner. Erlang's stuck.
Is there some up here?
I still have one.
Oh, he still has one.
Who?
I only used 2.
Blowhard. So it is a short distance away from you, Magpie.
But that being said,
I mean-
if we're possibly going into battle with these guys at the tower, if you have any Cypher spaces, it might be useful to grab some on the way out.
Well, I just used the bola gun, so I do.
So, Blowhard, it's your turn, I guess. You and Magpie and Nightlight.
I want to go from blow to suck and try and pull Ilang to us.
Okay. You're gonna have 2 hindrance levels for that because she is thoroughly anchored.
Okay.
And
Does
if
my
you free her,
ability
she'll
to
still be
break
restrained.
stuff help with this?
I'll say
Is
yes.
breaking the goo.
Yes,
You're
it
breaking
does.
the hold that the goo has on her.
So that brings it down to 1 level of hindrance.
All right. Well, I'm specialized. So
Oh,
what is the DC to
just a
real
6
damage?
then for you.
All right, just a 6. Okay. And then I will spend 2 levels of effort to bring it down even further. Which I bring it down to a 4, and I rolled a 9, so that is not going to do it.
Oh, so you're.
No!
And you see Elang start stretching towards you, and Elang, you feel yourself being pulled, but this goo has you anchored very securely, and all of a sudden, just when you think it's gonna break, snap, and you
Snap.
fly
I'll sit
backwards.
back in.
Can I do one thing on my turn that just happened?
Sure.
Because she would like to skin strip a couple of the graces, so she can take the robots with them as evidence.
Okay.
The broken one. Or just she picks up 2 broken ones. Even, I guess, no, Elang isn't smart enough to think her walking out with the 2 dead bodies apparently are
Well,
2 women.
initially you were carrying one of them, right? Asked
That's
you.
true.
Uh-huh. You have
So I'll
one
just keep
that's
that one.
stuck to you right now.
Oh, cool.
So you've already got one.
Yeah, I just want it so that the boys can study it and possibly compare it and use it as evidence.
I'm
Okay.
envisioning Chewbacca and C-3PO.
Yeah. Cloud
Um,
City style.
But
So
instead of a
that-
backpack, it's a goo pack.
One other question, because this is something Katie would know. If Elang purposely shrunk, would she reduce in size enough that the goo would not be attached to her metaphysically? Or does Katie think that it will stay stuck?
I will say that you would have to make an intellect roll. An intellect roll or a speed roll, your choice. And the difficulty would be an 8 to start.
Make an intellect roll to think if she... We'll just chuck it out there. Intellect and... I don't know. Spend... So bring it down to a 6.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you need an
get
18,
an 18
to 20.
or above. Alang's like, bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
So, do you actually change then? Okay, so you start to do it, and as you do, you realize the goo is stuck to you as a person. So it's just really, really
It's in here,
stuck on
man.
there.
That's all she can do.
So, okay. Blowhard already went, so Magpie and Nightlight, you're still up.
Man, and I was going up the stairs. I think that's all I know what's going on. I mean, we were trying to get out. Everybody's there right for the stairs, and they just was swept up in that, so I would just keep doing that, I think.
Okay. So
I'm
you're
dropping
going up the
goo
stairs.
remover down the shaft.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, then I'll be like a relay point. I'll be, like, you drop it from the first floor to the third floor, whatever, I'll grab, I'll just kind of make sure it gets there. I'll
You
help.
can absolutely do that, because I was going to make a happenstance roll to see if it hit anything on the way
Okay.
down, but
Good
we're
call,
gonna say-
Magpie. We'll make a supply chain.
so you negate
Magpie
good
was
at teamwork.
purposely actually targeting his head.
She's a teamwork expert of the team.
So, Blowhard and Winda, while I'll wait for Winda to get back, but you guys have a goo remover, an extra one.
I had one on me already, so I'm just gonna run over there since, this isn't working, and douse and Lang in it.
Okay. Winda, you have another goo remover,
Goo gone.
because it was dropped to you by Magpie.
But Blowhard just released Elang.
All right, so Elang is now released, and it is the Grace's turn.
Oh no.
So that means both of you now have to make a defense roll, and because Elang is bigger, you have to make 2.
Now,
What's the difficulty?
6.
since she just applied the stuff, is there any like residual that might still be on her that might lower that a little bit?
That's a fair point. I'm gonna say that yes, that gives you an asset for your 2.
Brings it down to 5.
Yep.
Well, it becomes 4 for me. Okay.
Yep.
I need a die jail right now. The Nerdarchy die must go into a jail.
Oh
I rolled a
no.
4.
We happen to have
Succeeded one and failed one.
Yeah, it says Nerdarchy on it.
We do. From
You
Wayward
should use that.
Masquerade.
So did Elang make both?
Here, Ted, hold that up real quick again.
She made 1.
So
Cell block D20.
that is
Department
totally
of Police Correction.
Please tell me we have those. Like in the store.
I'm afraid we do not. The dice jail was sent to us by Wayward Masquerade
Oh.
Oh, is that
Dang.
from?
over in New Zealand. You'd wrote an article for them.
Yeah, they made the
Dragon
dragon
Baggins.
baggins and all that stuff.
Yes. Yes, I love those.
Cthulhu Baggins.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes. Anyway.
We
So
digress.
sorry, I'm trying to think. Blowhard, you free Elang. The 2 of you start flying. And just as you start to reach the door, both of you hear this almost sickening thump, and you are both anchored to the floor just outside the door.
I don't like the goo.
I just turn and look at Elang. I just have this disgusted look on my face again.
I have a question. I have this cipher called the Shoes of Flight,
Uh-huh.
Achilles heel. Can I put my arm around Winder and using his wind powers, my flight, and the Achilles heel cipher, push us out of the goo?
I will let you make a difficulty 8 might check to do that and succeed at ripping everybody free. If Winda and Blowhard are willing to go along with it and use their combined wind powers.
Okay, so I have an edge of 6. So that
Blowhard, are you in for this?
Oh yeah, for sure.
difficulty down to 8. I mean, it brings the difficulty down to 6.
It's a
You know what
might
happens
check.
when you start rolling really well in a session and you do
Uh-huh.
some really cool stuff? Just
Yeah.
an 11. And then you try, let's keep trying cool stuff. And no, the dice say, no,
Oh.
you cannot.
And I am going to offer a GM intrusion that affects both Elang and Blowhard. So both of you get a free experience to give to someone.
Whoa,
I'll
is
give mine to
quite-
Ted.
that
I'll
is
give
quite
mine to
interesting.
Nightlight.
Oh,
Both of you need to make another difficulty 6 defense roll as they shoot another round of goo
boy.
at you.
Oh,
Out
man,
of
they
their
really were
turn.
just.
We are just
Dude.
racking up the experience points today.
Yes, you are.
They seem to want to just keep us here, though.
Oh, finally a 15.
15.
I'm specialized in speed defense, so
Okay.
I only needed a 12. But for the love of God, finally a double digits.
Okay.
I don't know where everybody else is, but I believe I'll be tier 3 after tonight.
All right. So, you did you succeed? You said Blowhard,
I'll be
Yes.
close.
and Elang succeeded too. No. So, Blowhard, you managed to avoid kind of using the elasticity of the goo to your advantage by being in one place and then snapping back. Elang, though, as you snap back, you accidentally knock her into the third of the goo shots, which now has her completely enveloped in goo. She is restrained, and you can now only see and breathe as the goo is expanding, and you are now functionally captured.
Can I slip the mask of over her face so that she can breathe and it keeps growing?
Absolutely. So Winda puts this mask over your beak, and it almost doesn't secure, but he gets it just right in the nick of time. It clicks and locks, and these sort of metal folding straps clasp to your head and make it so it makes a seal so the goo can't get in. And you can now breathe as the goo envelops you.
This is not fun.
And so we are up to Magpie. Magpie, you hear a commotion downstairs.
Guys, just make a hole and get up here. Base is under attack.
They're lying stuck again.
I throw more soap.
I grab as many as I can.
Okay, you know what? Make a speed check to see how many you grab. I'll set the difficulty tiers at 3 for 1, 4 for 2, 12 or 5 for 3, all the way up.
Well, there's ciphers, so I can only carry 3. So I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna spend the points because I don't want to. This is important.
I'm eating my pineapple menacingly as I'm watching.
I rolled a 17, so.
I got a 19, so 3, because I can carry 3 ciphers.
So you get 3 of these doses down to Winda.
Oh no, I want to grab him because he went already. I
you want to grab them, not pass them down?
Yeah. He already went.
Technically, I can only hold one. But I mean, if they're on the ground,
I got this.
I could pick one up, use it, and have another one.
Pick up the dispenser and then shake it down there.
Yeah. What are you doing, Nightlight?
I'm gonna. So like, Elang is totally inside one of these big balls of this stuff.
Functionally, imagine like a gelatinous cube, but it's orange, and Elang is in the middle of it.
I go and just run and dive at it with all 3 of them.
Leo.
All right,
Oh my god, this kid has no sense of self-preservation.
You see
the
packets here start fizzing and bubbling, and then all of a sudden it dissolves away, and the solvent leaks in, and you start seeing that it suddenly clouds with this effervescence. As it's almost like when you put ice cream in a root beer. And the entire thing starts expanding tremendously. Blowhard, you're very quickly engulfed in this foam with everything. But weirdly, the foam is dissolving the goo that's restraining you too. As now you're just covered in soap. And as the Graces fire into this, it's immediately dissolving when hitting this foam.
So can I kind of like pop out into the inner area where they were stuck in it?
Yep. You can pop out, and you are incredibly clean. You are especially clean.
Oh, cool! I'm back to bright white.
Yep.
Y'all ready to get out of here?
I don't like it
cleared the way.
I mean, we're having so much fun here.
You mean good, clean fun?
It's actually been a good time.
Well, they're gone now.
Okay, everybody gets an experience because puns are everywhere.
There's so many puns. All about the head neck.
Everybody gets a pun because those of you who aren't making them have to endure them.
Oh, wow.
Listen,
All the psychic damage.
when you groan at a pun, you are contributing to the joke by being the straight man.
Exactly. There you go.
Steven, would you say the Punisher would be jealous?
Oh, he would absolutely be jealous right now.
Hey, that's the guy who booby trapped our current base, right?
The Punisher, yes.
Big pun.
Yep. And you guys
I
are
wish
free.
we were finding orange, Julius.
You get up to the top, and you just have a second to breathe.
Right.
I'm just gonna grab I've got one Cypher spot left, so I'm gonna grab another cleaning thing just on the way.
Okay.
I will as well.
Stuffed my pockets full of them.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna need
I
as
only
many
had
as we
enough
can get.
pockets to fit 2, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm also gonna chomp on one of Nightlight Mum's pinwheels that I've kept,
Okay.
and I've forgotten what Cypher effect that has.
I think you
know
can
some
just
kind of
use they get a recovery roll or something.
Yeah, you get to an extra recovery. You get an extra short recovery for free.
fabulous.
Although, I mean, if you're still using them next session, they're gonna be a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
they're gonna
those
do
stay good.
reverse. They're gonna make you lose recovery rolls.
My pools are being sapped away.
I mean, now I'm gonna have to Google what is the sanitary, what is the sanitation
How
procedure
long
for
does a magical
a
pinwheel
large
last?
endangered bird holding refrigeratable foods under its feathers for an extended period of time?
We eat dead things. Hum hum hum.
I'm gonna end up on a
Isn't
list
it like
somewhere.
I thought it was like in an interdimensional space. It's just in your feathers.
Yeah, there's no like yeah. Oh, well, technically, the sword that she can pull out does exist in an interdimensional space.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so maybe she just attaches the pinwheel to the sword.
Yeah,
wait a
it's
minute,
like on
why
the
were you
pommel.
sorting those graces?
It's only
Yeah,
for
she hasn't
special
used the
stuff.
sword this whole time.
For special stuff.
Well, because then I realized, as enlarged, because of the way that the system works, the weapon is really cool, but it cost me 2 might points to pull it out, and my fists, when I'm big, have the same like damage effect.
You know what? I'm going to give this to everybody but Ilang, because Ilang, of course, would not think of this. The rest of you realize when Ilang mentions this giant sword that exists in her body, that goo probably could have been cut with a giant sword.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ilang is holding one of like the decent
Anyway.
braces, like a teddy bear, just walking around.
A dolly.
It's really
As
good
you guys
photo
exit,
apps today.
the screens all over Gross World, it's still buzzing out here. All the screens just and the entire park goes eerily quiet. All the extra sound effects, the glorping, the slorping, everything just stops.
The glorping and the slurping?
And the crowd sort of like start looking around uneasily, like what's going on. And then you see this the screens all at once turn on, and you see another Grace on the camera and says, "Hello, you know who you are, and you know this is for you. Well, what were we supposed to do?" And then another Grace comes into the camera and says, "This," and turns the camera, and you now see Werebear and Babe, as well as Crocodiles, are all held.
No.
They're all ensnared in this web of orange goo. And you see that there are these 2 nozzles off to either side that are pumping goo all over this forest area. And it is just blackening the plants and ruining everything, acidically burning away the trees. It's a nightmare.
The bear and the bull I could have let slide, but crocodiles, you done get fucked up.
I would like to range.
While this is happening, would that be a round? Could I use my action recovery?
Yes, that is absolutely doable. You also see that then they turn the camera again, and there's like this tiny little like transparent square cube that holds Hot Dog, and they have like this pump with a timer on it that's like ready to blast this orange goo into the thing where Hot Dog is being kept.
Hey, Magpie, you recording this?
I mean, it's on like everybody at the park can see this.
Everyone at the park can see this.
I don't
And
know.
nobody
if we
really
need
knows
evidence
what's
per
going
se.
Well, it's Kiefer. It's cool. I mean,
You're muted, Robin.
I'm sure he has some clear thinking plan.
Sorry. No, I'm moving. Like
Okay.
they showed crocodiles, and Magpie was not standing where she was previously anymore.
Okay. You know
At
that
our
their
base?
surroundings were not your tower.
Said
No,
the
they
woods.
were in
You
the
said
woods.
Yes, they were in the woods.
Were they in the
and
place in the woods that we have photos of?
No. You did see, though, that there was a log cabin in the background.
Okay, well, as soon as
that's
I
probably
realized
where
that
they
we-
live.
Yeah, I think they said something about living in a log.
Yep.
Yeah, I turn around and walk back as soon as I realize I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Elang yells to the crowd, "Gross World is evil!" And then just like, with this giant robot, flies off to follow Magpie if she comes to try and...
All right.
Sounds good. I don't even understand why they would do this.
Yeah.
And you hear murmurs among the crowd of, "Oh, this is interesting," and then you start hearing cheers, like, "Yeah, go!" And they think
this is a
staged
performance.
hero thing. Yeah.
He like, "This is real."
This is life. This
And
is
they start
real
cheering
life.
for all of you. They start.
But they're cheering for us either
There's
way.
like a little girl at the front of the crowd that's like, "Go Magpie, get him! You're a hero now!"
Is there like
Absolutely not, kid.
And
the
then you
park-
see
I look at the
this-
kid and like, yes.
She's the best of us.
the park? Does the park have like security?
The park does have security.
I want to go
and-
find like security that has one of their like golf carts and push them off and jump on the golf cart.
Okay, you can
Ride it
absolutely
to
do
the
that.
woods.
And
Come on, Nightlight. It's not as cool as my motorcycle, but in a pinch.
I'll use a minor illusion to give it Blowhard's motif, at least color wise.
Except for it's a golf cart, so it's really slow.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you hear this kid who's in the front of the crowd, and they just say, "That one's my favorite. That's Nightlight. He's the coolest one out of all of them."
Ah.
Now, Nightlight.
My suit turns blush colored.
Nightlight, be very nice to that kid, or one day he'll become your nemesis.
That tracks. That
You
tracks.
never know. Sometimes your friends can become your nemesis. This is a crazy game we're in.
And you guys head out.
Not you though.
And I need to know how you guys are going to know where to go.
Trust
well,
their leader.
Well, they had told us the area where the deforesting was happening, and I
Mhm.
believe it was happening in the direction towards their land, their property,
It
towards
was.
the log cabin. So that's the logic I'm using.
Okay.
Can I fly overhead using my speed and try to find the cabin and
Absolutely.
Aerials.
Elaine just wants to do a flyby and double check that guy is still up a tree.
Okay.
You're
do a
buzz,
flyby?
Are you gonna buzz the tower?
Just
So-
checking that the janitor's still up there. The one who we saved their life.
Elong and Windup take flight. Elong, you see the guys still hanging for dear life onto this tree.
It's like, F you.
I'm coming back for you, okay, buddy? Hold in there.
Just don't forget me.
Freaking
He's
hate
like holding really
superheroes, man.
tight.
This is your Top Gun moment.
And Winda, you can absolutely do that. In fact, I'm not even going to make you roll. Within a couple minutes, you find exactly where they are.
yeah, I'll just make smoke arrows.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So we're like off-roading in a golf cart.
Following smoke arrows into the
Yeah.
woods.
I don't think this thing was made for this.
Oh, I just saw in the chat, Brian said, y'all fighting in Orange Julius.
I wish.
I'm waiting for all the graces.
You're dating yourself there,
begin
Brian.
climbing together to form a giant grace.
Don't give him ideas.
No, that's
That's
exactly.
why he said
I was
that.
Do you really not know me that well by now? Of course I've already done something like that. So,
That'll be a
It's
an
a
amazing,
mecha grace.
you,
an amazing showdown between Erlang and Mecha Grace.
so you guys, get to
Oh,
the
that'd be
place where,
Would be pretty.
by Winda's guidance, you all pile on this golf cart that's puttering along, and it just kind of like very slowly crashes into this chain link fence, and then just keeps driving, and slowly the fence topples after a minute because it's really cheap.
It like crashes and then starts to ride up the fence, and then finally the fence just falls.
Yep, exactly. And it's like a good like 10 segments that falls with it. And you guys putter along through the golf cart, and it's like very rumbly and everything, and it's going a good like 30 miles an hour.
Oh, this is fast. It's a fast. This one's on nitrous or something.
Runs on
Who
goo.
can fly
No.
can easily get there first.
I have Nightlight take the wheel, and I like hang on the back, and I just and blow.
Oh, nice. All right.
And Winda, make an
I don't have my
intellect roll
driver's
to
license.
perceive or notice
Alright.
something. as you look over this scene when you fly by.
What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is only a 3.
It'll be 16 on the die, sir.
16. All right, so you see Crocodiles and the 2 hardware heroes currently entangled in this web, struggling and failing to cry out for help. You see Hot Dog in this contraption that is certainly going to put out her fire. And then you see the 8 Graces come together, and just like Dave described, they Voltron their way into a giant spider Grace.
Man.
It is now crawling up on the web. And
Ooh.
it has this acidic spray that it kind of tests on a tree nearby, and it blasts a hole clean through it before these mandibles made up of 2 Grace chest pieces chomp
So, is it
onto the
Oh,
tree.
spray or is it
jeez.
goo spray?
Huh?
Is it a different spray or is it spraying goo?
It has 2 different orange sprays. One of them is goo and one of them is acid. One is the fun and edible version, and the other is the distinctly less fun acidic version.
So, does it look like there's 2 different barrels? Or is there some kind of like toggle switch inside that?
It looks like it's just, but based on what she chooses to spew out of this cannon that's coming out of the jaws.
All right, I want to do something stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I
want
love stupid
to-
things.
I want to try and get my goo soap
Mhm.
into the nozzle.
I like it. I like it. I'm trying to think of what difficulty that'd be. We're gonna say it's a speed check for sure.
Okay.
That's probably an 8. 8.
All right. So, would my power shifts of Dex go into this?
I would say yes.
All right. I'm gonna definitely apply effort.
Okay.
I want this to succeed. So I think I'm gonna spend
too.
2 levels of effort. It's gonna be 4 points.
Okay.
Bring it down 2. Bring it down 3 from that. It's an 8. It's only a 9.
Okay.
You got this.
9 or better on a D20.
19.
And you get a minor effect. Okay, so if you'll allow me, you fire, and as you throw this solvent, you use your wind powers. This trail of glowing green smoke sort of spirals with it, guiding it directly into the cannon mouth, where it lands, and the Grace just happens to look up and boom! And it looks and it pauses for a second, and the head twitches. And for a second, you swear you saw sparks. And then this foam just starts pouring. This effervescent orange foam starts pouring from the nozzle and from the different joints in the gray spider as all
That's
of the
what happens
robots
when you have a potty mouth.
collapse away, and they all fall apart and are not functioning anymore.
Whoa!
There is no Grace Spider or Grace Guards. You have a timer on Hot Dog left to deal with right now.
Does the foam disintegrate the web that everybody else was trapped in?
It does not, because it doesn't reach that far.
Okay.
But it does destroy the Grace Spider, so you don't have to
Oh
fight
my
her.
gosh! Winda!
I wasn't expecting all that, but
Linda, you
I
just
just wanted to
one-shot
disable
it.
the cannon.
You just
Wait,
one-shot
cool, man.
Mega Grace.
Yeah, you one-shot the Mecha Grace.
Groovy.
I'm sorry,
And-
Yvonne. I know you were looking forward to that fight.
But for
I think it's amazing, man.
But for
That was
Winda-
fantastic.
Winda, Grace goes us. I don't know how this works.
Magpie's gonna do a quick flyby hug and then go run to unplug the box that Hot Dog is in.
Okay, so when you try to do that, you see Hot Dog just kind of and like kind of trying to get out, like with the, doggy, I need to go out and go potty dance, and is glowing
You kill
red
this dog.
and
We're
doing
not friends
nothing.
anymore. I just thought I'd tell you that.
And you realize that the timer is not plugged in. It needs to be deactivated with the control panel. And what's more, with your thieving skills, I'm just going to give you this. There's a failsafe on here that if it's not done in a mechanical way, it will immediately pour all of the acid into the tank at once.
Okay, deep breath, let it out. I'm gonna steal a dog.
Okay. So you are good at stealing things.
I am
And this
good at
is
stealing things.
in fact, because I'm gonna give you this too, because Wyndham made this roll earlier. This tech also strongly resembles the security tech at the museum.
I am familiar
In fact,
with.
You realize Gross Corp that is primarily a tech company that has like a theme park on the side, really is kind of like a monopoly, that all of their tech works very similarly. So with Winda already being there, I would say that if he's willing, you could have an asset as he helps you try to figure this thing out. Because the difficulty starts at a 7. So that brings it down to a 6.
Okay, do my thieving skills help me at all in this case?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so 5.
That's a 5.
So you have how many power shifts in Dex?
4. Because we got 5 to start with. I took 1 in flying and then dumped the rest into dexterity.
You would be able to pull all 4 off of that. And then are you specifically, do you have proficiency in thieving or any of that?
I am sorry, Foxit froze. I don't know what's wrong with my computer today. Give me just a second.
Sure.
No
that
worries.
just happened to add to the tension and stress.
You see that even Babe, Werebear, and Crocodiles have all stopped. They're like, "Ah!" and are just like watching intently to see what happens. And
While
does
she's
Hot
doing
Dog
that,
live or die?
Elang doesn't want to see what happens, so she's gonna like get all like the goo, collect all the goo that everybody has, and like undo the web and free the others while she is focused, because Elang's scared that she'll distract in some way that will screw this up.
Okay. You have the solvent, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you easily just free everybody. And so Crocodiles, Babe, and Werebear are all free.
I think you're at a 2 if you've
Okay,
got...
here we go. I have both lockpicking and sleight of hand of either, and tinkering with devices.
Oh, that's handy.
Okay, so I'm going to let you have an asset for each of those.
Oh, oh ho ho.
Oh, ho, ho.
So that would be 3 there, 4 levels of Dex plus me. That's a just don't roll a 1.
That's an automatic.
Mm-hmm.
It's an automatic. It's
15.
You don't have to roll.
You
Yay!
succeed.
But rolling dice is fine.
So just with
But you can roll
Winda
it.
explaining it to you, it's all just really intuitive all of a sudden. Like you pop a little cover, clip one wire, and the whole thing, and the box pops open, and Hot Dog jumps out and starts licking you all over the place.
Yeah, you're okay, little guy. We're gonna have to teach you how to hide better.
And that's when Werebear and Babe, who are cut free first by Elang, they land and they're like, Grace wasn't the problem. Oh no.
Okay, what's
It was this monster, this big orange him. And he points behind all of you. And you see Max Grossman is walking out. And he takes what looks like a scuba mask that's rounded and he puts it on. And as he does, you see that like under his skin, it starts like bubbling and roiling. And slowly he becomes enveloped in this orange goo as he grows to this hulking behemoth of orange acidic goo.
Oh, that's gross, man.
Experience point.
Oh, thanks.
Alang picks up 2 of the broken graces by the legs and decides to use them like nunchucks.
Okay.
You attach them by a piece of goo.
So you attach them by a piece of goo and you've now got Grace Nunchucks.
Grace Chucks.
Improvised style. And it is a new initiative round. Everybody roll initiative, and your difficulty for this is an 8.
Oof.
Piece of cake. Wait a minute.
So
an 8.
24.
24.
Okay. Meets beats.
26.
Well, I'm not going to spend any points for this, so I can't even.
Yeah, I got a 2.
And,
Are you kidding me? What a waste.
With
Why'd you
my,
get a 20?
I did.
I got what equals to after my hindrance 3.
okay, so Blowhard did not succeed, correct?
Right.
That is
Ron?
correct.
And what about Nightlight?
I didn't succeed.
Okay, Nightlight.
Here's
The way of the Iron Wolverine leads you down mysterious paths.
Alang looks up and goes, "That is the biggest Oompa Loompa I have ever seen."
And,
So, do I still get the major effect?
you still do get the major effect.
So major.
Can I just use that for an asset when it is my turn?
Sure. We'll use that for an asset when it's your turn. And when you talk about him being an Oompa Loompa, he shouts, "I'm no Oompa Loompa! I'm the Sludge Monger!"
What?
Sludge
I
Monger.
can't understand a thing that you say.
He said he's not an Oompa Loompa, he's the Sludge Monger.
Yeah.
And Winda, you're up first. What are you doing, sir?
Oh,
So can I talk as a free action?
You can absolutely talk as a free action.
I want to talk. I want to say to
I want to filibuster him.
the babe and whatever. Can you get Giles and the dog out of here? And I'll turn and blast Orange Julius here.
Okay.
You said he's an 8, right?
He is an 8, so that means you got to roll a 24 or better.
Yeah, and I have 3 power shifts plus proficiency, so that brings it down to a 4. Roll a 12.
Awesome. So, what damage does that do to him?
It's my typical attack is onslaught, does 7.
7. Whoo!
Wow.
And you blast him with this, and because it is not a physical attack, it does full damage.
Just my just my wind buffet.
So yeah, you and you guys see this this
Contact
cloud
buzz.
of green smoke whirling as this tornado engulfs, like stretching him every which way. It's ripping chunks of him off. And as they land,
What was I
near
just
him,
doing?
all of a sudden, the pieces actually start slurping back into it. So it did damage, but he recovers. So
I want to just
Magpie, you're up.
I just want to be off the ground.
Okay, that's
So
easy to do.
Not so much the hey, let's be in a cone.
Yeah.
I would like to rearm this device that was about to get hot dog and try to get it to detonate after I throw it.
Okay, absolutely.
So I would like to activate tinkering with devices to just like kind of rewire some stuff.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
Oh! I nat 20.
Okay, so I'm
know
gonna
it was
give
real.
you this. You realize that you have to rig only the timer, and your special effect is you're gonna realize that If you attack him with this acid, it's going to make him bigger.
Can I take the acid out first?
You can absolutely take the acid out and throw just the explosive.
Okay, I do that.
Could you put,
All right.
Could you
So
put
you
the
throw that?
Could you put the
Oh my
foam
god,
in?
could we put the soap in it?
I'm going to say because you have a major effect, yes, you may.
The soap in it.
Bomb. That was probably a classic Lisa prank. Soap bomb.
Okay.
So I've
Just
heard
like
of a
in
dirty
high school,
bomb,
man.
but you're going with the clean bomb, huh?
Still not a hero.
All right. So go ahead and make your. Oh, you got a nat 20 though, so you just throw
Yes,
it. And when you throw it, because you did the effervescent thing, I'm gonna
You
see
instantly
how much
defeat the
damage
villain in one shot.
I happen. Yeah, that does it. So you see that, and there's just like this explosion of orange foam everywhere, and it completely dissolves the web that was there. You see Werebear scoops up Hot Dog and starts booking it, narrowly missing the foam. You see that
It slides in the
Babe
room.
Hef's crocodile grows to massive size and stomps away just in time. And all of you are immediately enveloped in this sudsy orange soda-esque foam.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Amazing. Foam party.
And you guys cannot see. You completely took him out of his enhanced form. So somewhere in there, you hear Max Grossman coughing and sputtering and wheezing.
Hmm.
So would you say she took him to the cleaners?
I would say that.
No, yeah.
Man, no, you're just getting all the experience. You know what? I'm gonna get somebody a GM intrusion. I'm gonna give Magpie a GM intrusion here.
Okay,
Magpie.
I think I already tapped Mootly once today, but I'm gonna do it again just because she was the one that suggested putting the soap in the bomb.
Okay. So, Magpie, your GM intrusion is that this foam actually no, you have your face covered. Dang, I
Yeah.
can't do that because you have the full face mask. So
Were you
Yeah.
gonna blind me, Steven?
I was. So you know what? Actually,
Got little
I'm still gonna
fingers
intrude on
the
you.
goggles.
I'm gonna say that some of this foam is just so much of it roiling toward you specifically because you triggered it. So that angle, it's gonna knock you prone.
That's acceptable. I am okay with this.
Okay. And yeah, it's Sludgemonger's turn, and in one round he's down. So he actually can't do much of anything. So he is you see Max Grossman is gonna run out of the foam and try to run away to fight another day. And
I just want to have this moment happen. That just at some point, Alang just rises out of the foam like a giant foam bird monster.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know what? You can do that right now. Max Grossman is running towards a copse of bushes, and he is clicking a remote, and you hear a beeping, you see flashing, and you see one of the graces that was hidden off to the side runs into this car that's waiting.
Magpie. Alang yells out, "You hurt my best buddy," as in crocodiles, because carnivores are right. And she's gonna take her Grace nunchucks and like do them in the air and throw them at him
Okay.
and try
So-
and wrap them around his legs like one of those
bowler.
caltrops, a bowler.
Yeah.
Like, and then and so he just goes.
Okay. So I need you to make a still difficulty 8 check.
Is this might?
Speed. You know what? I'll let you use might because you're throwing it.
Yeah.
Use that.
So that brings it down to 6 with edges, and then I would like to spend 2 effort to bring it down to 4.
Okay.
You finished,
So you gotta
Grossman.
roll a 12 or better.
You will mange sludge no more.
18.
Okay. So you wrap up his legs, he trips and falls in the mud. His pristine pastel pink suit is now coated in this Icarus black mud that's from the pollution of the orange goo everywhere and the acid. And he's just a mucky mess now.
And she just look at Magpie like, look what I did.
But they ain't nothing dirtier.
Magpie can't see it because Magpie's in the foam.
That's true.
Like, someone see that?
Blowhard.
I think we're all enveloped in the foam.
Everyone is.
I will step
Everybody missed it.
out of the foam.
What about
I kind of like
me?
jump up to try and like see, and when I do see what's going on, I'm gonna blow at the car and try and knock the car over. So I'm gonna use my blow attack to push it away, and hopefully flip it.
So
How
that's
about
a difficulty 4.
Car and
All
fit
right, so that's a 4,
somewhere else.
which will be a 3. That's a 15 on the die. So
15 on the die. Okay, so you easily... And the car tips over just as the Grace gets inside. And it is now not going anywhere, which is a little sad because that car chase scene that I have in the intro was based on this. But okay, car chase is not happening now.
no chase is
Because
happening.
you guys subverted it. Welcome
am
to
sure-
TTRPGs, where anything
see that
can
do
happen.
crime, deal with the blowback.
I'm a GM.
Oh,
I do all
nice.
the crimes.
Is that
I'm sure you'll find a way to
catchphrase?
drive us to
It
one
might be my
anyway,
new
Steven.
catchphrase.
Oh, man.
You
You
gave
hear
us
come
the
out of the
glue
phone?
cleaner. You gave us the glue cleaner thinking it was like a fair way to help us escape
I
the
did.
glue. And we have taken that and created hell.
Yes, you have. A
GM
foamy, pristine, clean hell. So yeah, you blow over the car. It cannot go anywhere, so Max Grossman is not going anywhere anytime soon. Nightlight, round us out with the round.
I'm just gonna come out of the foam and see him on the ground there and just say, Grossman, you tried to play dirty, but you messed with the crime ruiners, and it's time you're just gonna have to clean up your act. Just give it up.
There are so many puns in that. I love it. Take an experience.
All right. Can I give an experience point to somebody else? Then I'll give one to, if I can, I'll give one to Blow.
There were enough puns there. I'll even let you give one to Robin, who normally.
Okay,
gives
yes,
one.
I'll give one to Magpie because
Poor Magpie
she's come such a long way in
is
superheroism.
Still a villain.
pained by these heroic puns. That just a little bit she can't help but delight in. Because no
Get
one
the
can
mirror.
resist the puns.
Yes, or the call of superheroism.
Yes,
She's a hero.
on the inside.
The girls, look, that little girl has already homemade her own Magpie the Superhero t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, I am dark and sticky and full
She
of
has
blood on the
Yeah.
inside.
She's
You're a dark edgelord hero. Every team has to have one.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
making her own paper mache play Dr. Mars.
Dark Avenger of the Night, that sort of
Oh
thing.
god, it's a Halloween costume.
She's bought herself a stuffed crocodile.
The little
Put a little
lantern
hat
will
on
be
it.
like a bucket for the candy. So the kids...
Oh my god, that's actually a really good Halloween costume.
Well, we can get a marketing team for the A-listers, and when we get back to the tower.
So, yeah, you guys have freed your allies, and Max Grossman is now at your mercy. What are you doing with him? Are
We
you
take him to
Someone
jail.
take the mask. Take the scuba mask.
Oh, I don't want him running away. So I'm totally I was kind of
Goo him up.
flying, so I don't know if I was above all of the gooey mess to be able to see him fall.
Uh-huh.
So I want to just kind of super zip down next to him, and I'm gonna pull out the sleeping pill and shove it down his mouth.
Okay.
Oh, you got that's
Yeah, he has a sleeping pill. Name of the game, Cypher. We're using
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're gonna regret that later when you can't get to fall asleep.
So
He's got
yeah.
plenty of stuff for that.
I know I needed it too.
Oh.
So okay, you get it, and he just kind of and he starts cursing at you, and as he goes to try to swing at you, he weakens and he collapses.
Another crime ruined.
Nighty night.
And Elaine goes, "Oh, I better go and grab that guy." And she goes back quickly and grabs the train.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, you reach into the car where the Grace is just starting to get out. And you see that she looks up at you, and suddenly the eyes start doing that thing like the slot machine, and she starts twitching and sparks start flying.
Run
and she
away!
deactivates.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Climatic.
So he has to control them when he's awake. When he's asleep, they don't work.
Interesting technology.
Creepy.
So, should we drop him off at the authorities?
Yeah. Should we take the blowhard cart?
We're in the woods. We can grab my motorcycle now.
Oh.
May I steal his wallet?
You may absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
Charge?
Oh no, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the DM. I'm
Oh.
planning
Oh, yes.
and not letting you see me do it.
It's okay,
You
Meg.
saw
I know
me
you. I know you
charge
want to check.
easily.
Make sure it's okay.
Make sure you charge lots of dog treats to his credit card and lots of things for crocodiles.
Absolutely. This is a public service.
All right, you have his wallet. And
Elaine will take the witness janitor to the actual police, not the private security force.
Yeah.
And when you do, his phone falls out too.
Get his phone. Get his phone.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a device.
Hey, where
I will
are
tinker
you?
with it
We're
later.
waiting for dinner for you, but
His wife and kids, yeah.
So,
Nobody thinks of the families.
the nightlight.
yeah.
I don't know if these I think these here bots, these graces, got some kind of shared consciousness and what have you. Anything here that you might want to try and whip up something new?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to get a crack at this technology.
Or maybe a way to shut it down.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, that too. Sure.
Well, that
We
sounds
could
like
do it
something-
together back at the A-listers lab window.
Back at the Ruiners Tower.
Oh, is that? Did we rename it? I like that.
I mean,
Crime-
you gotta rename it, right? You gotta make it right.
Was that the actual name of the team, the A-listers? Like, that wasn't what they were. That was
No, they were I have it written down somewhere.
Oh,
They were
okay, you don't have to look at it.
Society of Justice Associates or something.
Oh, yeah, you told us. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. It was like an acronym for something. Phil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Crime Ruiner sounds way better now.
Oh,
It
yeah,
does.
for sure.
You could call your tower the Ruins.
Ooh,
The Ruins.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
That is definitely better than the Tower of Ruin.
Because when you guys eventually make your way back,
It's trashed.
it is utterly trashed. There are acid holes in the walls. That hole in the floor was the least of your problems. There's orange goo everywhere. There are also like holes punched in the walls. You see those heel footprints are just smashed through the floor at different points. Like
Well,
they really did a number on your
Is
tower.
it me, or does this just feel a little vindictive? Right?
I'm going to pull up Mr. Grossman's credit card and call the repair squad.
Okay, you can absolutely do
Yeah,
that.
he's super rich.
Also, Magpie.
Didn't he say that he was going to pay for dinner too?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Well, he
Bunch
is
of
now.
extra large pizzas.
I
wings,
think the
soda.
crocodiles deserves extra, and I deserve extra raccoon today.
And I think we can afford lobster.
Grubhub, here we go.
Yeah.
Tip
Magpie.
really
Yes.
You also notice that he has 3 cards that look like the credit cards, but then he also has one of those cards that had the weird hollow effect.
Why did I not get one of these?
And then he also has a folded up pieces of paper. And when you unfold it, it has instructions on exactly what to do. And it gives a time frame for when everything should happen. And it has a schedule with a circle in red of exactly how long you guys need to be occupied.
I kick their butts, like, not because it's the heroic thing to do, but because they left me out of their clubhouse.
Yes.
And yeah, so you have that information, which we can delve into next time if you want.
So,
Oh, and can we make sure we take his special scuba mask and lock it in our special, like, safe place of...
Yeah, with all our trophies of vanquished, ruined crimes.
Kiefer would like to take, one of the cards with Lisa's permission and call in a food order to food bank or, homeless shelter, something to just not benefit us, but to benefit other people in this city.
Okay.
Victims
So,
of goo monsters.
You make an anonymous donation with his card to the local homeless shelter, and they are going to eat real good tonight.
I would like to take one of the cards and go on Redbubble and create Magpie merch and send it all to the local schools.
Do they emphasize how heroic they are?
Yes.
Lang.
But still dark and edgy. With a villainous persona.
There's like one of them is a t-shirt that just has Magpie's face or likeness, and it says the real edge is I'm a hero.
The joke is going to be on you when I can basically just walk out of any place with whatever I want because people think I'm doing it for a good reason.
But that's the problem is Alang thinks that you really are. Everything you must be doing must be for a good reason.
I don't know how much my friends believe in me.
Is there like any time between now and the next session, or was something happening right away?
It's up to you guys.
Well, if nothing were to happen the rest of that day, Leo would be up late on the computer trying to figure out, in the wake of this public figure who's really rich being arrested and all that stuff. He's going to use some of his bar mitzvah savings and things to try and buy stock in Grossman Corp when it's low, and also try to figure out like their supply chain thing where the technology may have come from for his long-term personal future plans.
You're gonna buy a short option, so when it goes down, you make money.
Yeah.
When it crashes.
I want to. He wants to acquire Grossman Corp at some point in his life.
So in fact,
hostile.
I got a global
exactly
corporation.
what I expected you to eventually do, but you did it now. So okay, we're doing it now.
Oh.
Nightlight.
Okay.
Insider
You
trading.
log into the computer, and when you log into the computer, you realize that the computer doesn't log in. In fact, you don't see anything. It just everything goes black.
Uh-oh.
In fact, the whole room has gone black.
I say,
There's
I don't think
nothing
that was
around.
me into the darkness.
And when you say that, you hear recognized. Player 1. I don't think that was me.
Uh-oh.
And you
Did
see
I get
this
sucked into the computer?
neon bright world full of like pixelated grass and cliff sides and everything else. You are in a video game world, and you see a screen flare up, and there's this woman, this young, almost like maybe late teens woman with these 2 pom-poms styled into her hair, and she's got these green glasses that look really like 90s punk. And she's like, welcome, I'm Gamer Girl, and you just came into my world.
Did you
you
just,
just get
get
sucked into a
Isekai
computer?
Nightlight?
Yep.
All right.
And that's where we're gonna leave it.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks for
cool.
the game, Steven.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for
yeah.
playing.
I
And,
didn't expect you to
thanks
get on the
everyone for
computer that
watching.
quick.
Elaine goes over and bashes her head into the monitor trying to get in.
He's in the computer.
He's in the computer. Nightlight is in Minecraft. So I'll be back here on Friday afternoon for one of our live chats, and then we'll be back next week with episode 9. We're getting
Yep.
closer to the
Yep.
end of
Mhm.
Nobody's Heroes. So until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay
Nerdy.
nerdy.
Nerdy.